This is a pretty important lesson for everyone, really. Your gender and sexuality is your own decision to make, and it's not for anyone else to make. Looking back on my life, I've had people say, "Oh, maybe you're just a gay guy," or "I don't believe you're trans. You've lived almost 30 years being the same person I've always known you as." I've even had well-intended people in my comment section pin their own gender onto me because that's how they saw me. The reality is that all these people are not only wrong, but they have no business discussing that with me. It's not a choice to be trans, and it never was. It's not up for negotiation on how they perceive my gender, my sexuality, my pronouns, and even my name. They do not get to decide who I am. And if you're still at that questioning stage of exploring your own gender and sexuality, no one has the right to hinder your right to be yourself how you see yourself. When you're at the questioning stage, when you're trying to figure out who you are, that's a thought process that you have to go through on your own. It's alright to ask for help and advice, but whoever you ask should never be the one to figure out who you are for yourself. It's a very special journey that requires so much emotional strength to take the first step on the path to truly being free and happy from the feeling of being uncomfortable in your own skin. So no trans person has ever had it easy in this journey, especially under the material conditions we all live in under capitalism and the white supremacist binary power imbalance we're forced to grow up under. It's also important to understand that it's never too late to come out to the world. I came out at 26 years old to my friends and a few years later to my family. Admittedly, however, I've lost a lot of friends and even some family, but I don't regret anything because I'm happier than I have ever been before, given, with the constant suffering under poverty that I still go through on a daily basis. The only thing that I truly regret, however, is that I didn't come out of the closet sooner. I wish that I had been put on puberty blockers while growing up. I'm beginning to see a study where teenagers are happier as a result of being on puberty blockers. This means so much to me because I know things aren't impossible in this hellscape we live in. Thanks to the cosmos, that people are finally becoming happier because of the notion of electroshock therapy being put under the fire, and there are more options to transition. However, this is no time to celebrate. The United States and the United Kingdom still have legislation ruled against the protection of trans people. One of Joe Biden's newest reforms allows trans people to enter the military. Because I want to die for the same country that wanted to take my rights away to begin with by killing people in other countries for oil. Not to mention, the US military is the largest employer of trans people to date, meaning we're expendable to the capitalist system. This is not social justice. No, it's not. And if we want to see a bright future, we need to continue to utilize direct action and revolutionary means of achieving that future we seek. That begins, however, with learning to love ourselves and treating ourselves with the respect that we deserve as the person we want the world to know us as. We cannot settle for anything less.